Okay, so my name is Avery Prince. I'm a third year MIS student here at RIT. Today is the 21st of October, 2022. So the first question, why was it important for you to participate in this event today? I actually complimented the person standing outside the room's tattooed, and then she asked if I was interested. I thought it was important because I was willing to state my voice. She studies for, archives, future purposes. So I was willing to say how I feel being at RIT, and she stated that she made sure to read all the rules to me, and I agreed that I'll put what I say today on file. Another question is, as a person of color attending a predominantly white institution, what has your experience been like as a student or employee at RIT? So, as a person of color, I'm Trinidadian, born in America, lived in Trinidad for more than half my life. It was a new environment. I came in with an open mind. I was willing to learn, which I think helped me a lot, from different teachers with accents to different students of various backgrounds, various cultures, various way of life, or various ways of being human beings. I'm also a student employee. I don't know if that applies to me, but RIT is a safe place. I would say so, more or less. I'm coming from Trinidad, which a country that has a really high crime rate. RIT is what I understand to be the suburbs of Rochester. The community is inclusive. There's a lot of different resources and a lot of different departments that is very inclusive, and I see that they're accepting of people of different backgrounds. I'm also a member of MOCA, Men of Color, Honor, and Ambition. That's a great example of one of the opportunities for minorities or people of color to feel accepted at RIT. So the experience overall has been well. My classes, my professors, they all show love. I've not had any, per se, bad or any experience that I will say that will, drive me away or hinder my want to be at RIT. The third question is, tell us about a time that you experienced racism or discrimination within the RIT community. So racism is something I more or less learned over social media, maybe a couple of history classes in Trinidad, because Trinidad is 60%, I'm speaking from, my point of view, my way of life. Trinidad is 60% Black, if I'm not mistaken, 40% Indian. There is racism. It's more on a smaller scale, we more or less live together. There might be some snippets. I've personally never experienced it there, but coming to RIT, I don't know if it's because of race or if it's because of how people grow up, but in terms of like body language and how people move when they're in a group of people who look like them versus like if they're passing me, let's say in the RIT tunnels on the quarter mile, they look down on the ground. I don't know if that's just the culture of the people here at RIT or if it's the color of my skin. I don't know. I can't decipher, but I don't think that deep of it. So more or less, I don't think I experienced that much racism or discrimination unless it came from students or a student. And it was never direct, it was always indirect, or I realized it in the way body language or in tone or in, how they moved when they were around me or when I was in their company. The final question was, how, in your experience, does RIT talk about race? What changes would you like to see implemented regarding campus conversations? I don't have much to say in this topic. I honestly don't know. In my experience, how do they talk about it? I have seen on social media in my second year, a clear video of one of the hockey, I think it was lacrosse or hockey team members saying the N-word on record The student government president posted it on his Instagram to spread awareness. He's somewhat a representation of the students, somewhat RIT. So obviously with RIT affiliated, RIT did a great job of, sending out emails and making sure that everyone's safe and everyone feels okay. Obviously as a corporation, they got to make sure that they're safe first and then and for them to be safe, the students got to be safe because there's no RIT without students and staff, obviously. But I think they handled the situation well. And yeah, in terms of implementation, I can't really say, as I say, I'm a part of MoCA, Men of Color Under Ambition. Something like that at the PWI is great. Mr. David Benitez, a great role model, a great person to know. He's like I consider him a walking dictionary. Great guy. More or less, that's all I have to say. Thank you for having me.